Alright, what's up everybody? It's the Erie Better Beer Bureau, back at you with another review. This is review number 400 from us. I'm Dave.
I'm Mark.
I'm Pat.
And I'm Maureen. Today we're going to do a Bigfoot vertical, a 15-year vertical in increments of 5 years. We have a 2000, a 2005, a 10, and a 15. And so you guys know what Bigfoot is, I'm assuming. You know who Sierra Nevada is. We're going to get into it and we'll let you know what we think of them. Well, it smells aged, my lord.
Yeah. It is basically dark fruit and leather.
Yeah, leather, definitely.
Leathery, caramely, very like prunes that have been sitting out in the sun
It
for a while.
even still smells a little bit boozy.
Mm-hmm.
It's an absolute malt sickle.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. I mean, there's no hops left on this bad boy at
I'm
all.
struggling even to get like an earthy, down low hop on it.
It almost has like some like quad dark fruit notes. It's so,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's almost some liqueur.
Yeah.
As well.
And as you can see, it's not very carbonated.
And it is like the darkest out of the bunch.
Yes.
I mean, they almost progressively get darker as they age.
All right, 5?
Yeah.
Want to do 5? A softer
A
aroma
little bit
on
softer,
this one.
yeah. Less boozy.
And the hops are, for 5 years difference, the hops are popping on this one comparatively.
Comparatively,
Yeah. There is a freshness, which is weird to say about a 10-year-old, 11-year-old beer, but
I
compared
almost
to
get a
the
citrus
2000,
note out of it, on top of a lot of the same aromas, dark fruits and, you know, an earthy kind of leathery note.
This is still a little quite
It's
carbonated.
still carbonated, compared to the 2000.
Yeah, the Curb 2000 is almost dead flat. It had a little like fizzle when we poured it, but it like
Fizzled right
fizzled
out.
right
It
out.
popped when we opened it, and that was about it.
All right.
So 2005.
10.
Sorry.
There's the hops.
And even more of that citrus
Character to it.
Yeah, there's almost like an orange zest.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
that's
I'm getting even like a little sweeter, like almost like a honey out of this one or something.
Yeah, all that leather is gone. You know,
Yes.
the leather and that old, and it's less boozy smell.
As we move through, I get less and less. Like this one had dark fruits. This is like no dark fruits.
It's like honey and hops.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting.
there's almost like a cola on this one too.
Yeah. They also go from
And more carbonated.
Okay, the 2000 almost reminds me of the aroma of like an old ale, rather than a barley wine. We're getting more into American barley wine,
Yes.
American barley wine territory.
You guys ready for 15?
That's
Let's do it.
Yeah, boy, that smells like beer now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice and fresh.
Like a Pilsner, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, definitely the most hops, the most citrusy out of them all.
Right. Like a caramel. I'm starting to get like a caramel sweetness.
Little bit more
Caramel sweetness
It's
for
a little
sure.
more complex than
Though surprisingly, I'm also starting to get a little more alcohol again on this one.
Cheers.
Wow.
There's that dark fruits and booze.
And the leather.
It is like definitely pretty much dead flat.
Yes.
It's very leathery, and very earthy.
Yeah.
But honestly, the taste for how like leathery and earthy, and it is kind of oxidized. There's almost no hop flavoring at all, and it's actually kind of like the body is kind of like got a little watery almost, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's real smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
It's interesting to sip on. For
It's
sure.
very interesting to sip on. Yeah. But yeah, it's got kind of like an oily mouthfeel, and it's really
Real slick.
It's kind of thin,
But it's
and
thin
like,
at the same time. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It reminds me of something. I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely kind of a little thinned out. Malts are the star.
Yeah. I mean, and it's dry.
Yeah.
It's like
dry.
it's really dry. Like
Yeah, it has a sweetness towards the middle a little bit, but it doesn't linger on the
It
finish.
doesn't taste as boozy as it did on the aroma.
No.
Right. Let's put it up a notch.
Yeah, that's what
2005.
similar but more carbonation and a little bigger body.
And I think the carbonation wakes the flavors up a little
Yeah,
bit.
it does,
for me.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's a lot less leather on this
Yeah.
one too,
Right.
compared to
Yeah.
2000.
Maybe-
You almost get a little more like, I get like a little bit of a molasses note on this one that
Yeah.
was missing out of the other one. A little more dark fruit, whereas the other one was real dry and leathery.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
getting some burnt caramel off of this
Yeah.
one too. It's real nice.
There's
There's-
a real earthy hop underneath.
That's what I was going
too,
to say.
yeah.
There's a touch of hop.
Oh,
You can see
absolutely.
right
I
where it
can-
started to really fade, probably right after this batch. But
Yeah,
yeah, just a touch in there.
let's rock the 10. I said that right. This is 10, right?
Yes.
Well, there's a juicy hop character
Yeah, there's a
laying
bunch of
underneath
way
that malt.
nice.
Holy cow!
Way
man.
nice. It actually. So this is the 2010.
Yeah.
So this
So
would
it's
have
6
been
years
6
on it.
years old. I feel like this is the sweet spot. I mean, I haven't tasted the fresh one, but I just
Right.
had a 2016 the other day.
Yeah.
And I feel like this 2010, that 6 years might be the sweet spot for
So
Bigfoot.
far, yeah.
Or at
That's-
least maybe somewhere in
Yeah.
between these two.
Right, right. But yeah, definitely way more bitter hops. Like it is, this
Yes.
one has like a bitter note that the other ones were totally missing.
But
Yeah.
you know, it also has a slightly tropical note to it.
It does,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, citrus, tropical.
Almost
it's
like
got-
a rum flavor, almost a little bit on it. Very, very mild. But
Little thin on the mouthfeel.
And the aroma, like now that I've sipped this and you swirl your glass, is like kind of popping on this one with
Yeah.
like some. It's a little more complex versus the older versions. It's got
Alright.
the relatively
15.
freshy.
Well, yeah, it's got a year on
A
it.
year on it.
Because 16's out.
Yep.
Well, definitely the most hop forward.
Yeah.
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 Almost tastes like an aged double IPA, like an
Yeah.
East Coast double
Yeah, it's
IPA.
like somebody left a double IPA laying around in the fridge for a while.
Yeah.
These are the that's the earthy hops. That's the real earthy herbal
Like-
hops.
Piney. I'm almost
Piney,
getting
yeah.
like
Piney,
this
yeah.
one has a pine component that the rest of them didn't.
Yeah,
For
not
me.
yeah. The 10 doesn't even. It has hops, but not in the way of like resinous pine.
For me, I think the 2010 is the sweet spot. It's my favorite out of the bunch, and I think because it provides the most balance. You know, it's still got a good carbonation to it. It still has a good hop presence to it, but the malts are just starting to peak at this point right here. My second favorite, I think, is going to be the 2005. It's hanging on by a thread to some carbonation. The hops are well faded off, but the malt is definitely really popping on this one, but it's not yet quite like getting oxidized and old. Then I gotta go with the freshie. I think fresh Bigfoot is delicious, and you know, this is how the beer's made. I mean, it's right out of the back. The least favorite actually for me is the 2010, or the 2000, I'm sorry. It's good, but in my opinion, a little past its prime at 16 years old. It's an interesting novelty beer. I mean, if you're hanging on to one in your cellar, it's been properly stored. This one's been properly stored. I've been hanging on to it for quite a while, but it really has no carbonation to it, and it's not as complex as the other versions. I find it really earthy and leathery, and that's about it. So that's kind of what my comparison is on these things.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, is Sierra Nevada doing English style barley wine? That would be real fun. First couple, I'm going to agree with Dave. The 2010. I do believe that is a sweet spot. That's more the nice, perfect balance for the American style barley wine. This one, the next. Again, you know, for the age, you know, it's got just that little bit of the hop still hanging on. Really nice. But I tell you what. 2000 and 2015 equally for me for totally different reasons. You know, this one for the age, I got a lot of old, you know, old style, old ales and stuff like that in my basement, and been drinking a lot of them, and that is reminiscent of some of them really old beers. That's why I like this one about as much as a 2015 for a whole completely different reason. So I guess that's my order.
I'm actually going to agree with Dave's assessment on my preferences here. I think that the 2010 is right at really kind of either is or close to, if we have the intervening years here, probably the right, if you're planning on aging this beer, is right around probably the best time to drink it, I feel like. It has a great balance to it. There's a nice sweetness, nice earthiness. The carbonation's still there. Everything's just kind of popping right at the right time on the 2010. The 2005, also good. Again, more subdued, more earthy. There's still a little bit of leather to it, but not so much that it really gets in the way. I like the fresh one. Nice hoppy, sugary mix. Same as Bigfoot is every year, really, but it's really enjoyable. And the 2000, I think it's just sat just a little too long. It's a little too leathery, there's a touch of acidity to it, and I feel like maybe it's just you just waited a little too long to drink it.
Yeah, same order. 10, 5, 15, and 2000. And I agree. The 2000, I'm glad that we did it. You know, to say, we had one 16 years old. It's definitely past its prime now. I enjoy sipping on it. But I think this is, you know, for me, this is just a little past its prime. So I honestly feel like right in between here. If you have anything from a 2005 to a 2010, you're sitting on some really good beers right now, you know. So I would say if you have anything in there, drink up, man. They're
absolutely.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching for the past several years, and cheers to number 400.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Today we decided to do a Bigfoot vertical, 15-year vertical in increments of 5 years. So we have a 2005, a 2010, 15, and 20. And
No.
Oh,
It's
my
not.
bad. My bad.
I got you.